In this video, we'll talk about how to simplify complex numbers. So there's 4 rules we need to remember. We need to know I is equal to the square root of -1. I squared is equal to -1. I to the third power is -I, and I to the fourth power is equal to 1. So we're going to use these 4 facts to simplify some complex numbers. So let's check out our first example. We have I to the power of 6. How can we simplify this? Well, if we think about it, I to the 6th is really this. I times I times I times I times I times I. So 6 i's. What we really want to do is we want to figure out, is there a way that we can use I to the 4th? Because I to the 4th is 1, so that's really easy to remember. Well, it turns out that these 4 i's, this is I to the 4th. And then what are we left with? There's 2 i's right here, so these are I squared. So I to the 6th can just be rewritten as I to the 4th. Let's write I to the 4th times I squared. That's the same as I to the 6th. Well, we know I to the 4th is equal to 1. And we know that I squared is equal to -1. So this is really 1 times -1. And that's just -1. So that's our final answer on that one. I to the 6th can be simplified to -1. Let's check out another example. We have I to the 13th power. So once again, we're going to try to figure out, is there a way to utilize I to the 4th? Because that's just equal to 1. So I to the 13th, we can rewrite that as I to the 4th times I to the 4th times I to the 4th times I to the 1. Because when we're multiplying values like this, we can just add the exponents. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1, that's equal to 13. So this is just another way to rewrite I to the 13th. But you can quickly see that if you have a really big exponent, writing this I to the 4th out this many times is not very efficient. So what we can do instead is we can use a trick and say, how many times does 4 go into 13? Well, that would be 3. So what we can write is actually I to the 4th raised to the power of 3, because this is equal to I to the 12th. And then remember, we have this I to the 1 out here. So to simplify this, well, we know I to the 4th is just 1. 1 cubed, that's still just 1. So we're really left with 1 times I to the first power, or just I. And we said that I is just the square root of -1. So for this, we're just going to leave it as I. So to simplify I to the 13th, that's the same as I. Let's check out this third example. We have I to the 55th power. So once again, we're going to try to use that trick and say, how many times can 4 go into 55? So for this, we might need, let's do a little long division. I'll carve out a spot right here. Let's say 55 divided by 4. How many times does 4 go into 5? Just 1. 1 times 4 is 4. So 5 minus 4, that's a 1. We'll bring down our 5. How many times does 4 go into 15? That'd be 3. 4 times 3, that's 12. So we're left with a remainder of 3. So 4 will go into 55 13 times. So what we can write is I to the 4th raised to the power of 13. And we saw 4 times 13 is 52. So we're left with a remainder of 3. So we need to write I to the 3. So this whole expression is still equal to I to the 55. So let's simplify. I to the 4th we know is 1. 1 raised to any power is just 1. So this whole thing is just 1 times I cubed. And we said I cubed is just -I. So we can just write the final answer as -I. All right, let's check out this very last example. I to the 400th power. So once again, we're going to try to use the trick. How many I to the 4th can we rewrite this as? So how many 4s will go into 400? Well, that's just 100. So we could just rewrite it as I to the 4th raised to the power of 100. So we said that I to the 4th is 1. So really, we've just got 1 raised to the power of 100, which is just 1. So our final answer is 1. So those were 4 different examples of how to simplify complex numbers. Thanks for watching.